Howdy. Welcome to Heim Time Podcast, another awesome episode. This one is pretty special today.
Yeah, it's a really good one. We've got some great topics coming up and then also a really interesting guest.
Who is he?
Neen Williams, pro skater.
Pro skater, fitness guru, influencer, cooker of all delicious foods.
Overall, nicest dude ever.
He is a very nice person. N.A.D.C official, neenwilliamsco.com, awesome rubs. And it was fun. Neen just moved to Fort Worth not that long ago. We've known him for a while now, but really cool conversation about sort of his history with skateboarding and all this stuff, his love for cooking and other things. So it was really, really great, really exciting. Yeah.
Learned a lot too.
Yeah. So please follow us on Heim Time Podcast on Instagram. I forgot the name of this. Instagram, Twitter is the same. Heim Time on YouTube. And then if you want to be an incredible person and follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/Heim Time Podcast, Patreon, patreon.com. Shout out to Jose G. You're the man. Shout out to Pat Flynn. They, for a measly $5 a month, have sponsored this podcast through Patreon so that we can keep doing it. So we really appreciate it. If you want to be another loyal Patreon member, you can join there. We're releasing some other videos, some cool stuff, the cooking classes that I did recently on there. And then too, you'll get like special notice. Like we asked, what questions do you have for Neen Williams ahead of time? So some cool stuff on there. So we hope you like this episode, and thanks again for listening.
Thanks, y'all.
Good evening from Fort Worth, Texas. It's slow here in the heat. We're down Main Street.
Hello.
Hey,
What's happening?
how are you?
I'm great. Ready for another episode of Heim Time Podcast, and we have our good friend and special guest today, Neen Williams.
Woo! Hello, Neen.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, man. You just got back into town.
Yeah, I got back yesterday.
And I noticed, because I texted you last night and you were like, I just landed. And then I saw on Instagram you did a workout.
Oh, yeah.
So like
right off the plane.
second you get back, you're like, I'm just getting after it.
Yeah, I was missing my my garage gym. You know, I needed to get
That's
one
so
in.
cool.
That's awesome. And so you, I'm sure you don't probably care if I say this, but you and your fiance Jess just moved to Fort Worth.
Yeah, we did.
That's awesome.
We moved in October.
Yeah. And you're loving it.
Yeah, loving it.
Home gym, everything.
Home gym, big yard. It's super fun.
You like Fort Worth?
Yeah.
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 Okay, good.
It's fun.
I love Fort Worth.
I think I'm biased, you know, because I grew up here. But even like we talked about this, we'll go on vacation or something. Then after like a couple of days, I'm like, I just want to go home and
Just
go back to what I know and what I'm comfortable with. What do you have any favorite restaurants since you've been here?
Ooh.
Well, of course, your spot.
Thank you. That was just the setup.
No, seriously, like I always think it's like I can spend 13, 14 hours, you know, doing a pork butt, a brisket, or I could go down the street to your spot and just get it perfectly cooked every single time. So
There you go. It's true.
I wanted to bring up this was probably months ago, right? But you did cook a brisket with the N.A.D.C rub, right?
Yes, I did.
How
yeah.
did it turn out?
It turned out delicious.
Awesome.
I mean, it was only the third brisket that I've done.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to break myself into Texas, you know?
Oh, yeah.
How's it cooking in the heat? Have you done one
Oh,
when
yeah.
it's hot?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind the heat. I
Get a little
actually like
sweat.
it. Yeah. Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah, it's you got well, we use the CAB Prime briskets, and then Neen got a brisket from us.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are
Travis.
some good briskets.
He blessed me. I was so stoked.
I try to give some
United
tips.
you.
I mean, it's all like I feel like pork butt or something. I'm sure people do this with your cooking too. Like, what's the secret or this or that? And brisket's like it takes like 15 hours. You know, it's like you can
Yeah.
That's the
say,
secret.
like, well, you can say like, hey, do this or do that, but then it's kind of like you're almost like, okay, do you have 30 minutes to talk about how
Every
this is
single
gonna
thing.
happen? This is gonna get like,
Yeah, there's so much
Yeah.
to it. It's like you have to be like a seasoned
Yeah.
vet to like understand like
yeah.
the feel, the look, everything that you're looking for a brisket, basically.
It's whatever. It's a Texas thing. It's like it's like we're of course Texans are gonna cook something that's ridiculous and takes forever and whatever. That's our bit. But
It comes out so good though.
yeah, I'm glad that worked out because I have a lot of times where I've like coached somebody through it and then they're like it really didn't turn out well, and then I feel partially responsible for like
Well, you should.
I could have given more tips or I could have so I'm glad that worked out.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great. What so obviously you're a big barbecue guy. What are some of your favorite restaurants in LA? Because I know that's when I started following you, it was like you're just going to all these badass restaurants, which is great. That's what I would do, but then I wouldn't do the workout that you would do afterwards on Instagram.
Yeah. I love to eat. So LA, we lived there for about 13 years. So
Yeah.
we got to go around to all types of places. Obviously I love tacos.
Yeah.
Tacos are some of my favorites. There's like Sonora Town,
Yeah.
El Russo, 1986. All of those are my favorite taco spots, and then there's other restaurants that like we frequent a lot, like Bad Mosh,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is like the Indian spot. I would go there like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Because I love Indian food. It's so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think I know.
I know we need some better. No offense, Fort Worth. I wish we were a little bit more foodie. I feel like we are, but
I think it's
need to-
coming.
It's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
It is. It's starting to.
I've been like all of my favorite restaurants that I go to, I like tell them to open one up in Fort
Yeah, yeah.
Worth. Like it's like a
We need
mission
it.
of mine,
Yeah.
because I'm
Already.
such a foodie. It's like open up in Fort Worth,
Yeah.
open up in Fort Worth. Like,
I will be there.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Fort Worth is very barbecue now, but
Mhm.
Tex-Mex, burgers.
Yeah.
Steaks.
Yeah, but even outside of like
It's totally burger
that,
town.
what else? I couldn't tell you a good Indian place.
There's some really good tacos.
Tacos.
By me, there's tons of
Mhm.
taco spots
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are really bomb.
Yeah, and too like Joe T. Garcia's. They've been open since 35.
Mm-hmm.
Butch was saying the original was open, they think in like 28 or something.
Yeah, I think that's their bit. Original was before Joe T's, I think.
Wow.
I mean,
I think.
they've been open for. There's a million like old school, and then even like Risky's opened in like the 20s, I think, barbecue. So it's like
Oh wow.
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool
Damn.
history
I know.
and stuff,
Yeah.
but that's the thing I think too, like opening a restaurant in general is like, it's just, you have to have so much money. Like first
Mhm.
of all,
Mhm.
one, you have to know what you're doing, but then all that. And so
That's important.
now lately it's cool because you're seeing like more people that can actually, even like food trucks, like even when we opened our food truck,
Mm-hmm.
there's not like, I don't know if LA really has it, but like Austin has a really good food truck vibe. People are into
Yeah.
it. For us, when we opened, it was even like, what is it? Like food
What is
trucks
this
were
truck?
like the
Yeah, and
place.
we didn't move, so everyone was like, "Why don't you move your truck to different
Right.
places?"
It was
And
like a
no.
trailer or something.
Yeah,
Like one single
it was
area.
a trailer, but then we were like, "Well, at least everyone knows this is where we're going
Right.
to be every
Mhm.
single week." But I don't
Yeah.
know. Now
Yeah.
we have a food truck, and we're like, "It's hard."
Yeah, it is hard.
It would be rad if just like Austin,
Yeah.
if there were more of that out
Yeah.
here,
Mhm.
like because we'll take the drive down there all the time, like
Yeah.
every other weekend basically, and it's just like mom and pop galore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever
And it's
you
all
want.
delicious.
It's all
Yeah.
so good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
There's
Austin.
specifically like a lot of the regulations for food trucks are a little less stringent down there. So
Mhm.
and then they have like the parks and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I think they foster that a little bit more where Fort Worth could do a better job.
Yeah, those
The
little
city,
like those like basically picnic areas,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Those like rock
Yeah.
areas where they just like park them in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's where like,
There was a couple of those in Fort Worth, like right here, actually, around
Yeah.
here, and then one off University. But I don't know. I don't.
it's just not I think
Well, and
it
also
takes
it's like
some time.
it's like a like if you go to the mall, like at the food area there, it's like all your competition in one spot, and then you have to maybe get a handful of people to come to your truck.
Well,
you know,
from a business thing, yeah. I mean, that's because
and
I
I feel like
remember,
that's why we don't have it.
Well, that's part because it's hard to make money. I think in those. But like in Austin, it's the vibe and everything, and you get it. But then, like I remember we went to like with the first food truck thing that opened. This was 10 years ago, maybe or something. And we hadn't even opened our truck or anything yet. And I saw like the guys were like sitting down, hanging out, and then the girls were like literally went to every single truck to see like what was on the menu and like ordered from one. And I was like, what a disaster. Like, you're like competing with everything. So that's when we opened our truck. It was like how Micklewade, if you've been there in Austin, or like La Barbecue, you know, they had their own spot that was like separate from other stuff. And I think that helped just because
La Barbecue just went into an awesome brick and mortar like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Have you had La Barbecue?
La Barbecue. No, I know the owners though. They're super nice.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
really
like
nice.
I met them and
so
they're awesome.
I remember my first bite of brisket from there. Still.
Yeah, it was
so
really,
good.
really good. Well, so you just moved. You were in LA, and really, I guess we didn't even say this. You are a professional skateboarder.
Yeah.
One of your many things that you do.
Exactly.
So, did you moved out to LA for skateboarding?
Yeah, I moved out to LA when I was 22, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Just to meet up with some friends and just skate. You know, I had a couple sponsors at the time, so my whole idea was just to I'm from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
I grew up there all my life, and I just wanted to go out there and skate.
Yeah.
It's like 70 degrees year round. So I was like, oh, this is where all the skating is. Like, let's go over there, you know?
Man, Chicago's awesome too.
Well, yeah, we love Chicago too. We've actually, but the thing is, I've never been in the winter, and I've heard that's miserable, right?
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that freeze that we had here.
Yeah.
It's like that the whole winter, you know?
No thanks.
Like 4 days was enough of that.
Yeah.
I know.
And even colder too, you know?
Jeez. We went to, one of our good friends, Brian Lusher, shout out. He opened, like he's from Chicago. He opened like a Chicago style burger hot dog place that unfortunately closed in Deep Ellum, but it was like my favorite.
So good.
place
Oh,
ever.
damn.
You notice how we always go back to food?
Well, you're sitting with the right person here.
Right. You would have loved that place.
Oh, man.
That's awesome. So started in skateboarding, you know, what, I guess you said you did it from an early age. What kind of got you into that?
I was just kind of your normal, I would say like, I was like a bookworm kind of in school, you know. I didn't really have many friends or anything. And there was this group of kids that skated, and they're really tight group of friends. And I just kind of got to know one of them, and they like brought me into their little group, and they skated every day after school. And you know, I just kind of picked it up from them. Like I took an interest in it real quick.
That's awesome. Was there any like moment? Because I feel like too, like a part of success is like, it's just repetitious, hard work. And then I feel like it seems like most people have a moment or something, an event that happens where it was like, not a big break, but like something that happened that propelled. Was there anything in your skating career where you were like, oh, I can actually make money or like do this for a living? Or
I mean, once I got older and like learned how to skate a little bit better, I started picking up sponsors, and that was probably the point where it was like, oh wow, like I'm getting all these boxes of free clothing and boards and shoes every single month. Like this could possibly turn into something. And I was never too eager to like pursue it, but I just skated every single day and like filmed videos and shot photos with my friends, and you know, it just like one thing kind of led to the other. And out of nowhere, I just started making checks and stuff from it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess
so cool.
And I didn't think about this, but we're about the same age, I think. I'm 32.
I'm 35.
35.
Yeah.
We don't have to say your age if you
I'm in the middle.
In the middle.
we I've said before that I think social media in general is terrible for a lot of reasons. But,
Yes.
we kind of grew up in before that and all that. And I guess I'm thinking because like growing up skating, we literally had like a VCR recorder that me and my friends would do like CKY,
Oh, yeah.
Jackass. You know, like at one point we bought. George reminded me of this the other day. We had bought a Alf suit. You know, Alf, the guy,
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
he is, furry guy,
Furry
and
guy.
over by CC's on Camp Bowie. Camp Bowie, we would like, there was a big, it was like a drop, like probably like a 4-foot drop, not crazy. And then it dropped again. And so we were trying to like, and none
Like
of
a
us,
double drop.
yeah, none of us were good enough to even remotely be skateboarding there.
Mm-hmm.
But then it turned into, well, we have this Alf suit, so let's just terrorize everybody. And all that to say, we were like shooting that with one of those things. And then now
So
it's
sick.
like social media and stuff. You can go, you know, do a skate spot or whatever, do a trick. Like, how has social media kind of changed that?
Well, it's been awesome. It's kind of like it opened skateboarding up like a lot more.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, all throughout our childhood, it was like something small and, you know, raw kind of feel to it. Now it's like open to the whole world, and it's also giving skateboarders more of a chance to survive by like doing other marketing
Yeah.
jobs, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
So in my mind, I think social media has actually helped skateboarding and skateboarders
Yeah.
as people to kind of, you know, move forward in life, you know?
Right.
Because like, yeah, the industry it's great, but it's like you got to do other stuff.
Right.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like
that's-
it's like something you do for the love, you know?
Right. Yeah. And that, I mean, I guess too, like growing up, like, you know, what maybe a big like flip or somebody's dropping a video every
Mhm.
year or 2 years, but then you're like, and then you're like, oh wow, but you know, you hear about some guy in that. It wasn't like you could just, or Thrasher or something like that, I guess you could see, but
Mm-hmm.
that's cool too. Cause like, I think kind of what you're saying too, I can follow Jamie Foy, or I can follow,
Yeah.
you know, and like see like his personality and like he's a cool
Mhm.
guy
Oh yeah.
on top of like whatever else. So it does make it more accessible, I guess.
Yeah, you get to see like your favorite skater or any skater a lot more often.
Yeah.
You know, it's like back in the day, it's like you wait 2-3 years and then finally you see that part, you know? And like you might see photos of them in magazines and stuff, but you don't really see them too often. Now it's like you get to see them on a daily basis with like all social media, you know, which is I think a gift and a curse at the same time.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like if you're posting things that are like super gnarly that you're working on,
Yeah.
then when you finally see the skate part, it's kind of like you don't really get the same excitement we used to
Right.
get when we were
Right.
younger.
Right.
When you would see a part, you're like, oh wow, he's like
Yeah.
like this is new groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's like kind of it almost like made everything numb
Yeah.
in a way. You know, you're like, oh, I already seen you do that.
Mm.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's a little there's a love hate
Yeah,
with social media,
Yeah.
like at least from my side, you know.
I
And I
agree
saw-
with that.
Yeah, I saw something about something I was watching skate wise, and it was like off of that, but it was like the need to like constantly
Feed the
be
beast.
filming constantly. Yeah, like before you could do like some badass trick or whatever, and then you know get a full magazine and all that, and then it's like you'll skate something, or especially like in LA, you'll skate some spot, and then somebody does a triple, you know,
Yeah.
360 flip, like whatever, some crazy.
Mhm.
You're like, damn it, I got it, you know.
There's also like the thing where it's like if you post something at a specific spot that just got released, like uncapped, unknobbed or whatever,
Mhm.
you post something there and then everyone sees it. So then all the skaters go
Right.
to that spot and then that spot becomes blown out. And then you like don't even want to see that spot anymore.
Right.
So like if you filmed anything there, it's kind of like worthless because
Yeah,
no one wants to see it anymore, you know?
that's crazy.
Sounds like I mean, I feel like we relate, but it's just like with barbecue.
Yeah.
Now
do,
it's
do
like-
a new special.
Yeah,
I
like
know.
certain
Corn
specials or
dogs.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so interesting.
Dude, I talked about this before, but there was some special and food special, and it was something on Instagram, and somebody did it, and I'm very, I'm neurotic, right? And so I'm like over the top of like the burgers that we do. We tested for 6 months or something.
Yeah.
and,
Make sure they're perfect.
and it's just my problem. But anyway, I saw someone post like, I don't even want to say what it is, but somebody posted something.
Mhm.
And then within like, by the end of the week, there was like 6 other barbecue places doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
But like maybe a little bit different.
Mhm.
A little
slightly.
twist.
So, yeah, I feel like we kind of
Yeah.
deal with that a little
That's
bit.
what I
No,
thought
yeah,
of when
that's-
he said that.
That's exactly what I'm
I
talking about.
know.
It's the same exact thing with skating right now with that. But on the other hand, the reason why I say it's a love-hate relationship is there's that part of it. And then the other part is like marketing. It's like free marketing.
Right.
So it's like
Yeah, yeah.
actually good for you as a human being.
Yeah.
So you could get ahead in life. You know what I mean? So
Totally.
it's kind of like you choose your poison
Mhm.
Right.
in a way, like how you want to use it. And, I just think it's all fun. Like,
Yeah.
just have fun
I think
with it.
you do a
and
great job at it.
Oh, thank
for
you.
You
sure.
do.
Appreciate
You know,
it.
every time I see you working out, I'm like, oh gosh, I got to do it. I need to do this.
Yeah, I like sharing the workouts because it's like, it's stuff that could help people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like here, and then I'll give you the whole workout right out that like
Yeah.
I programmed, like, here you go. Like, this is what you do. Like,
That's so
get
cool.
after it if you like,
If you don't, then you suck. No, I'm just
No.
kidding.
No, it's just, if you want to challenge and like you want to throw around some kettlebells, here you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Crazy. On one of our favorite shows by far lately was King of the Road.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You got to participate in that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Is that as fun as it seems, or is it kind of a beating?
It's pretty wild. It's
Yeah.
definitely really fun.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Nonstop.
nonstop, but you're with your family,
Mhm.
you're with your team, and we're all good friends,
Yeah.
So that was fun to be in the van with them for that long. But you get handed this book with like all these like challenging like
Yeah.
objectives to do, and you're just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It gets like there's ups and downs to that, because then you're like, everyone's trying to get these points, and
Yeah.
it gets
That's
a little wild,
crazy.
like sleepless nights and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because
for-
you have to like go to specific spots too, right? So you're driving all over
Yeah,
like
specific spots.
America.
We ended that trip in Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and
really?
We didn't even get to enjoy Hawaii because it was like the last few days, so we were just
Oh.
like grinding so hard to just fill out this book, and it
Yeah.
was just like, all right, and it's over. Like,
Fly back.
yeah, fly back home.
Oh,
So anyone that hasn't seen it, it's like a week long,
2 weeks, right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks long
Yeah.
deal. And like Neen's saying, it's a couple different skate teams. You get a book. Some of the book the majority of the book, I guess, is just the gnarliest tricks,
Mhm.
crazy stuff. And then there's like pee your pants in public.
Yeah,
Get a nose
the random
piercing or
stuff.
How
like-
many women can you kiss?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know. It makes for
I think it's
a
hilarious.
hilarious
It's a good show.
TV show.
I
But
don't even know if it would be all right to do nowadays.
Yeah, right. Some of this stuff.
Some of this stuff.
yeah, geez.
It'd have to be like PG or something.
But that was one of those questions where I was like, oh, I got to ask him about this. But then I thought, like, maybe from the viewer perspective, it's more enjoyable than
Yeah.
like, actually.
I always just remember you're like always
Poop
like
in the van,
cooking
somebody
stuff
said.
on the side.
Oh,
Oh yeah, just
Always like
staying
avocados
fed.
and like I was like, yeah, okay. And then we
Yeah.
like met you. And I was like, oh yeah.
yeah.
I do that all the time. That's what I
That's
do when
what
I
we
go
Yeah,
skate.
you
Yeah,
have to.
I make sure I pack my food because I want to eat
Right.
what I want to eat. you
Yeah.
And,
I feel like in the van you probably don't have that many choices of like
know?
nutritious
No.
Oh
stuff.
my god, especially on the road too.
Oh,
you know?
Right. Yeah, Burger King.
road trip food is never good.
No.
You're just hammering beef jerky or something.
Yeah,
Corn nuts.
that's like
Corn
your
nuts.
best bet. Is like just a pack of beef jerky for the most part.
Yeah, shout out Jane Tucker. My grandmother would always get corn nuts every time we would do a road trip. And it's just like a ritual, I guess, now, but I like have to get corn nuts if we drive
Yeah.
somewhere.
That's so
I
sick.
don't know why, but I like corn nuts, so whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that is funny too that you bring up, because like especially in that, and then I've seen other videos, it's like just dudes hammering booze, like partying, and then Neen's over on the side like cooking something healthy.
And I remember being like, yeah, this is good.
I mean, it came with age.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Like I used to be the dudes like slamming beers and doing anything I could find, but you know, I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Now it's like I'll opt for the avocado and the jump rope, you know. And actually I feel a lot better, and I wish I learned all this stuff way before, so I didn't have to go through such a torturous period of life. But you know, we all learn, and now I use my social media to kind of share, like, hey, you could do this stuff too. You know, moderation is key, you know,
Totally.
in all things.
Yeah,
I agree.
and I think it's interesting. There's a guy, Scott Stallings. I'm a big golf fan, and he's like, not like you, but he's like works out all the time and all this. And it's interesting to see how, especially in golf, it used to be guys like John Daly, like literally ripping cigs, you know, on the tee box, hammering beers, like, and then just going out and playing. And then now, like, especially with him, even in that deal, a more emphasis on fitness and kind of like, if I'm going to go out and play every week, you know, probably 6 rounds a week or whatever, I really need my body in shape and healthy. And that's kind of the same thing you've done with skateboarding. Have you seen have other people been influenced by that, or, you know?
Tons of people are on it. Yeah. I get hit up all the time from skaters and pro skaters, just like questions and, you know, what to eat, like what to train, stuff like that. And, you know, I definitely like lend a hand, you know, whenever I can. But yeah, I've seen it. It's like people are getting onto it because we want to be in this thing for the long run, you know, like before, skateboarders will only make it, like if you made it past 25, like like that's gnarly, you know. Now it's like people are going further and further into their years and still being like at professional level, you know. And that's all about like taking care of yourself and you know, doing things for longevity. And it's like
That's the core of it.
Yeah, it's like you want to wake up and feel good every day. You don't want to feel like beat up and then go skate and get beat up even more and then beat yourself up some more at night with some, you know, like it's like it's an endless cycle. It's like you want to eventually feel good and, you know, perform at your best every single day.
Right.
Yeah, and that's
inspiring.
Skating is such a like anti-establishment, like
there's no
F the
rules,
man
no
or
one,
whatever. It's like it never was. Never there wasn't. Didn't seem to be the focus. Now it's in the Olympics. You know? It's like now it's like
that's like a whole different section. But at the same time, it's like you can still say F the man. Like and be healthy. Like it doesn't change you at all. You know, it's just you decide to you know, take care of yourself instead of, you know.
I saw a funny joke, by the way, that we talked about the Sha'Carri Richardson. You know, she failed the weed test or whatever for the Olympics. But somebody said, like, how are they gonna like do the skating in the Olympics?
I think I've seen that. It's hilarious.
I remember it's too, like, it's funny. You talk about longevity and stuff, and that's where, you know, NFL, they say the average NFL career is like 2 years, I think, maybe a year and a half, which is just insane. And then it is similar to skating, the amount of like just wear and tear on your body over time. I saw a thing where Tony Hawk is doing videos of the last time he'll ever do this trick. Which is like the saddest thing ever to me, you know, like, but like the last time I'll do this 900 or this or that, because he's getting old. And I remember going to Grapevine Mills Mall and waiting probably 4 hours in line to like get Tony Hawk's autograph. And then we were there too late. We didn't even get it.
Oh, man.
Brian went, so, but that was like the height of like
We got to get you
Tony
Tony's
Hawk's
autograph.
pro skater. And it was
Right.
just me and like a million just, 10-year-old white kids that were like, this is skating, man.
That's so
It's
sick.
like, but yeah,
Yeah, man.
I don't know. Funny. So, I want to talk about the rubs, obviously Neen's
Yeah.
rubs, NADC. You can get them neenwilliamsco.com, right? It's
Mhm.
probably the easiest, or follow, of course, at Neen Williams at excuse me, at NADC official Instagram.
Yep.
So this is a big part of your social media and your
Mhm.
life in general, but cooking, how did you get into just cooking? Where did that start?
So I've been cooking all my life, just, self-taught, just learned from friends and my parents and stuff throughout the years,
Mhm.
and I basically just like have been doing it forever,
Yeah.
and then as I kind of transformed into like more of a healthier lifestyle, I started doing a lot of meal prep and stuff because I learned a little bit more about like what the body needs, or my personal body needed for like performance, and to feel energized throughout the day. And I started doing my own like spice rubs, and I would post them on YouTube and my social media, and people would try them out. And then one day my girl came to me and she was like, hey, you should make some spice rubs, like actually like make a product out of this, So we figured it out, did the research, and then started making the product. And these are them right here.
Awesome.
They're
all
all
great,
like,
by the way.
oh,
Yeah,
thank
they're
you.
delicious.
used them
We
at
use
the
I
them a lot.
appreciate it.
Mhm.
Yeah, just through my experiences of cooking my whole life, I've kind of got my recipes. So they're all like specifically measured out for that bottle. So you just like, you don't need sea salt or anything. You just like pour it on your food and like figure out what you like, how much you like on there. And that's that.
It's awesome.
It's
Well, that
awesome.
makes it easy for people that are,
Yeah.
an everyday person or someone like you that, maybe needs to do it quickly
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Like last night I made salmon and salad and I just used the lemon garlic pepper. Like I still use them all day,
Delicious.
every day.
Yeah.
Like the OG veg for breakfast, steaks always with the OG steak, chicken with the either the spicy or the OG, depending on how I'm feeling. And you could also like mix them together too, like OG chicken and lemon garlic pepper are super good
Yum.
together.
Yeah.
Or you could add stuff to them. Like if you want like a taco mix, like I'll just add cumin to like the spicy chicken or something, some oregano, and then you have like that like taco meat flavor,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
You
it's
do
just,
the veggie.
All the time.
Mhm.
Yeah. With like all the veggies that I always do, I just roast veggies or I do it in a pan. But Brussels sprouts, broccoli, I like it even with cauliflower. I mean,
So rad.
I'm a veggie person,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
funny because we do barbecue. But
hey, veggies, omnivore,
Yeah.
You gotta eat your veggies
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, you'll do like avocado oil. And
Yeah.
and I fucking hate Brussels sprouts.
I
Growing up,
love
you
that.
know,
He's like, it smells like farts.
it does. Our house smells like farts whenever she cooks.
Those
That's
and
a
broccoli.
fact.
Broccoli,
No,
yeah.
and she'll do like a tray in the oven of like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower. So it just bombs our house. But you'll do avocado oil and then do the veggie on it, and it's
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I love it. It's really good. We'll
Thank
do
you.
that.
Sounds like you love when I cook the.
Well, in the
the
past,
veggies.
Yeah, I know.
like growing up,
He's
it was
into it.
literally
Yeah.
like, my mom was like, "You got to eat your veggies," and I was like, "These are disgusting." You throw some of that on there, and they're
Yeah,
wonderful.
that is true
Just makes
for a
food
new
taste
veggie
good.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try the
then-
veggie.
The like you said, the OG steak, that's great on steaks, but we did a
The
brisket.
brisket,
and
yeah.
then- did you use that for the brisket the last time when you did one?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
hmm
It's good stuff. So I mean, they're all good multi-purpose rubs, but
Thank you. Yeah.
love that. So that's awesome. You can get those neenwilliamsco.com. You're doing the cooking videos like on YouTube. You got a bunch of awesome videos and stuff up there.
Thank you.
That's really cool. Is there any interest? One of the questions we got was, does Neen ever want to do a cookbook? You think you'll do something like that?
I mean, it would be great.
Yeah.
Mostly it's just on time,
Yeah.
you know, right now.
Know that.
When I get some time to free up, then I could definitely like
Yeah.
work towards that. I definitely want to make something like easy recipes for like the normal
Yeah.
person,
Yeah.
you know, because most of the stuff I cook is very basic and easy, but you just make it taste good,
Right.
Mhm.
you know, and that's like the
Yeah.
secret. It's like the ingredients you purchase, you like go to the right spots
Right.
and get the right ingredients, and you really like don't really need to do much to them
Mhm.
as long as the ingredients are good.
Right.
Like you could make something bomb. So yeah, I definitely would like to do some
Yeah.
kind of recipe book.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We the Defined Dish, is that the
Mhm.
Alex Snodgrass?
Yeah.
It's like healthy stuff, you know,
Mhm.
whatever. But and then she's coming out with a new cookbook actually. But it was the same thing. Like I think she just started cooking at the house for like her kids or whatever, and then did, you know, now so she has
So like
a-
Whole30.
yeah, it's cool.
Oh,
It's
that's
healthy
rad.
stuff.
Mhm.
I
She's
like that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
she's not like doing kettlebell workouts and going crazy, but, you know.
Oh, that
It's a cool follow. She's cool. Well, awesome. I wanted to shout out Little Sparks Cookies.
Yeah.
What is that? What's your relationship with that business?
So that's
You're a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. That's my lady, my fiance.
Woohoo.
She's the best, you know.
She's sweet.
Yeah, she's so great. We
And
gotta
she's
get you
from
guys some
Fort Worth.
cookies, too.
Yeah. I would love
Mhm.
that.
She's from Fort Worth, right?
Yeah, she's from Fort Worth. So like
Yeah.
the reason why we decided to move out here
Yeah.
was because her family lives out here.
Yeah.
And we wanted to buy a house.
Yeah.
You know, so we wanted to live closer to her family and then kind of start the next chapter
Yeah.
in life. Get married, start a family of our
Yeah.
own and all that good stuff.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Fun part.
she's the best. She's here, grinding it out, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
making her cookies, and you know, we have some big plans coming in the next few months or so. So
Awesome.
yeah, I'll have
Yeah.
to get you guys in on that.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, it should be cool.
Yeah, just badass cookies.
cookies look great.
like
She's
custom,
very talented.
you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
custom. She does like whatever you want. All handmade. Sugar cookies, so she could do like your face, your pet, whatever.
That's
You know,
awesome.
she's
Yeah.
and they're really good too. Like that's the one thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's not like that sugar cookie you buy
Yeah.
like at Starbucks or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a freshly baked, the right amount of like icing on there, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like a sugar bomb. You know,
Yeah.
it's like perfect.
Too like fondant-y.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
exactly.
That
like
taste, you know?
just that hard like
Yeah.
biscuit cookie.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
these
they-
are like soft.
They
like,
look wonderful.
That's what I was gonna say. We've had like those, you know. I felt like that was like a weird trend where like let's build a 7-foot cake. And then
Yeah.
it's all like that fondant, and
Yeah.
then you eat it, and it's like this is
it's
disgusting.
like clay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're not like, you know, not like that. They're awesome and really cool. And then we're glad that she drug you out here to Fort Worth. That's awesome. So
Well, I drug her out here.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I wanted to live here for like years already.
heck yeah.
Yeah, I just liked it. Like we would come for holidays and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is like way, because I'm a city kid. I was
Yeah.
born in
Mhm.
Chicago, and then I went to LA for
Right.
a bunch of years. So it was like, I kind of wanted that like outback feel. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's like a little bit slower pace.
Yeah.
But it's like I get to sit back and actually like appreciate life and like my
Right.
friends
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I needed, you know,
And
at
the
this
traffic,
age.
I guess, would be better here, right?
Yeah.
Traffic is
So
way
you
better.
can
Yeah.
leave your house later.
Oh yeah, I could do a lot of things in one day.
That's so crazy, yeah.
Yeah, one of our best friends,
Yeah.
Bree, lives in LA, and you're like, let's go to this restaurant. And it's like, okay, let's leave at 3 PM, you know. to
Seriously,
drive,
for like a 6
Mhm.
p.m.
Yeah.
reservation
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever. I'm like, damn.
and I like LA. Like you still have some family
Oh,
out
yeah.
there, but
Oh yeah.
they
I
say
love
like
LA.
this is like the corny thing, but like people say like Fort Worth's the biggest small town, you know, because it's like, especially like we live on the west side, and there's a lot of people who like grew up, they all went to the same high school, they're still friends, and it's like, but like everybody's that way, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Yeah.
like then everybody knows each other, so there's positives to that, but then it's like we can't go to, Whole Foods without seeing 10 people that we know,
Well,
which is not,
yeah, that's okay.
not a big deal. I'm complaining. I don't like.
That's
I
pretty
know.
awesome.
It could,
Yeah,
it
I
could
like
be
that.
worse.
So the starting skating, then kind of fitness stuff. Like you've done some cool stuff with On It, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing now the training day workout program.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us kind of more about that? Like how can people sign up to get your workouts that you create, everything?
Yeah, so you just go to the app store on your phone and you download Ladder Teams app, and then you could choose from like 10 different programs.
Yeah.
My program's there. I do it with my friend Rain. It's called Training Day, and that's just like the same programming that I do myself and Rain does for like, sport, so it's like athletic functional training. So like whether you are a athlete or you're a normal person that wants to play like basketball, baseball, like chase your kids around the house, and not pull like a muscle in your back or anything like that. This is like
Were you watching
training.
me last week? Like that's a very
Sounds like-
specific.
No.
like,
My shoulder.
Did that happen?
sounds like the other day when what was I? I put our kid in the bathtub and I
Oh, they
like
just pulled.
got a cramp in my hamstring and I thought I was gonna die. I was like, just get me.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
But
Sorry
yeah,
to interrupt. But yeah,
we're basically
I need training day.
Totally
Yeah.
like that.
yeah, so we're basically we've made a program that kind of is around all of that, and basically it's like if you want to challenge, it's for like any fitness level.
Yeah.
Like you could be a beginner, you could be
Awesome.
advanced, you could be an expert, and you just kind of like you mess with the volume, you mess
Yeah,
with the load. We're there. Like you could talk to like me personally and I could help you out with modifications and
Yeah.
Cool.
all that stuff. So yeah, it's really cool. It's something that's like way different from being a professional skateboarder, but I have like certifications and stuff too
Yeah.
in training.
Awesome.
So like being able to coach people and help them be the best that they can be has actually been something very it's like very heartful for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
hits hard, like it stokes me out to help people.
That's so cool. Well, that actually leads into our next question. When we did the collaboration with you in N.A.D.C and Heim, we did the brisket and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
There was a guy that came and he had lost over 100 pounds because of your workouts and like being inspired by you and your
So
eating. And I was
crazy.
like, that has got to be like feel so awesome. We're kind of opposite of that on our end with our food.
Well, usually people are like, we gained 100 pounds.
Yeah, I had to see my cardiologist because of your burger.
muscle.
Yeah. So like, yeah, that, I mean, you
That's
said
so
it, but it
rad.
must feel awesome to.
That was so cool.
See
That guy
that.
was super nice.
Mhm.
And
So excited
that's
to
what he
meet
said,
you too.
following your videos and stuff. So, you've influenced obviously skateboarders and stuff, but what does that mean to you where you got people like that dude drove like, I think he drove like an hour or two to come to that.
Yeah.
event. That was really cool.
Well, that's like what it's all about.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like skating is cool, but it's like if you can actually help someone with like their own like struggles and stuff that they're trying
Yeah.
to get over, like that feels like a million times better than landing any big trick,
Yeah.
And I swear that's like what I'm into. Like it's
That's
like
so
how can I help someone, and that's like the main thing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
You know.
that was even inspiring for us to see. That was really cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Should we get into some listener questions? I think, one thing I wanted to ask is you are a foodie and I would even say, barbecue aficionado. Now that you've been in Texas a little
Been
bit, what are
around.
some of your favorite like dishes, things you've tried, barbecue wise?
Well, I love those bacon burn ends with a little bit of
Thank
mac
you.
and cheese. Yeah, brisket. So my idea of like Tex-Mex is like a well barbecued piece of brisket
Mm.
on like a flour tortilla.
Mm.
That's like my number one Tex-Mex food. Like once I tried that, I can't go
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
like
yeah.
now, whenever I make brisket,
Yeah.
it has to be thrown on the tortilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time it's like,
Perfect.
this is a taco. Like this is the stuff
there you
right
go.
here. Yeah, that's like one of my favorites.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
I love it.
Have you been to Valentina's in
Yeah.
Austin?
That's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say.
Even their post today, it was just like a hand with a like breakfast taco, and I was just like, I gotta go. We need to
Yeah.
leave right now and
Have
go
you
get
been there?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're really nice too. They're great people.
Yeah.
The food is
I-
so good.
I think that
awesome.
was the first time I tried the brisket on the tortilla,
yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, "Oh my god!" And then they even have like some chicken ones where
Yeah.
the chicken is just like so moist. You're like, "What is it?" There's like a pound of chicken
Yeah.
on this tortilla.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculous.
We're going today. Let's go.
Well, I know.
Let's go pick up the kid.
Awesome.
Go.
They were like, I want to say, I think you can say one of the first to do the Tex-Mex
Oh, yeah.
barbecue kind of
Mhm.
collab, because it was like cooking brisket in a sort of a Central Texas way. Although he does use mesquite, which is a little bit different.
Okay.
But then doing, and that's where it's like smoky. You know, you get that really good smoke flavor
Yeah.
on all of their stuff. And then locally, Panther City, they do some stuff like they do a
Okay.
brisket elotes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've tried that one.
And it's good.
That one's
they're really
good.
good. But yeah, that's one of my favorites too. I mean, we're doing that Tex-Mex barbecue class on Saturday,
Yeah.
which I'm so excited for. Just
I'm gonna
mainly
have to
to
get
eat
in
the
there,
food. Yeah,
check
you
it
can come
out.
seriously. I
Yeah.
mean, we need to do a collab class. That
That'd
would
be
be
fun.
awesome.
Oh, that would
cooking
be
class.
good.
Yeah, we could work on the menu and
Oh, dude.
see what we
Oh,
want
yeah.
to do.
That
Put
would
on
be
the
awesome.
books.
We'll do it. You heard it here first.
Yes. It's going down.
Patreon gets the first stab.
Mhm.
Yeah. Patreon. That's, we gotta figure out some way to pay Paul for studio time. So, awesome. Listener questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Well, this wasn't really a question. This is just my friend Aaron, who's on Twitter all the time. He said Neen has the best heel flip in skateboarding. So
Thank you, Aaron.
Aw.
I
Shout
appreciate
out,
you, Aaron. Thank
Aaron,
you.
So nice.
And then, of course, just to stroke my ego, I had to write this at Javit Silva. What is the best barbecue in Texas, and why is it Heim's? You don't have to answer that, but
I think I answered that a couple times.
Bacon and mac.
Valentina's you love. Are there any like other spots that you memorable?
We went to Franklin's. Franklin's was super good. Really
Yeah.
good brisket.
I love them.
Their sweets were really good too. Like
Yeah.
the pie and
Oh,
stuff at the end. Yeah, that was awesome. I don't really eat sweets, so
Yeah.
when I do, it has to be like an occasion.
Yeah.
And this time I had some sweets and
There
it
you
was
go.
amazing.
You're like, it's normally a cookie from Jess.
No, I actually don't really eat
Yeah.
sweets. I eat fruit usually.
Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
Just as
Get your-
good.
Sugars from that. Sugar, I think, is one of the biggest things for me that I don't.
Not for me.
take
I'm
that
like
out.
you. I don't like
Mhm.
sweets either.
Because like a lot of people do the keto,
Yeah.
stuff, and I feel like I could get away with that, but yeah, the sweets, because we do. Well, we'll be like no sweets, but then we'll do like coffee creamer in the morning, and that's our one like vice.
Wait, yeah.
If that's the worst thing I'm gonna do.
They definitely make keto ones now too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like it'll still be sweet with like some kind of monk fruit or something too.
Yeah.
Have you read Super Life?
No.
Do you know what that? It's like. Well, it was fun. First, it started as a joke because it was like Zac Efron and that guy did a Netflix show. Have you seen this? You know what I'm talking about?
Nah.
Anyway, it's this guy who's like a food guru, and they're just like, it's Zac Efron, so it's hard to take it seriously. But I read the guy's book, and a lot of it seems like kind of like you have to only drink distilled water that's oxidized to a certain level. I don't know. But anyway, I got on this health kick for like a month, maybe not even a month.
Mhm.
And so I was like, all right, no sweets, no like this or that. And then it just all fell apart.
But
So-
it was because of that guy like walking through a jungle and finding.
yeah, he's like
things.
this berry that you can only find in Nicaragua rainforest. And
This
that
is-
was part of it too. It's like I feel like you do a great job of like eating healthy and all that. But this guy's like, you're like, I got to get a second job to pay for this. Like I can't
Oh,
buy
yeah.
like special berries from, whatever. So anyway, it's a good book and there's a lot of stuff in there, but they talk about how sugar is just a disaster for your body.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about that. I always say just everything in moderation
Yeah.
and make sure it's like you've done the work to
Mhm.
have the sugar,
Right.
know. Like try not to have it every single day after every single meal in every
Mhm.
meal, but like have it when you want to have it,
Mhm.
you know, and like make sure you worked first so then you
Yeah.
can have it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do like Emma will make like a nice salad, and I'm like, oh, this is a great salad, and then I'll eat like maybe 5 cookies as a reward.
As a reward.
for
You
a
know?
good salad. Yeah,
So,
man.
Doesn't work out too great.
Sit on your hands.
Yeah. We asked that question. This was a good one. C10 Seals. How many spare ribs can Neen ollie over?
Oh my. All right.
We should do a video of that. Maybe.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
we should just hold a nice rack. Maybe 2 racks, 3 racks. I don't know. Depends on
that's a
how
good
big the racks
question.
are, right?
That's true. Are we going vertical or horizontal? Because then we're talking.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's really funny. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I can't ever say her last name. Munchaka, Mrs.
Machuca?
Muchika.
Machuca.
How did y'all meet and become friends? Do Emma and Travis skate half pipe at Heim? Question mark. Do Emma and Travis? Emma does not skate.
So yeah, I mean, I met these two at their restaurant actually.
Yeah.
Just going to the restaurant. Social media
Yeah,
plays a big
social.
part, you know. Just talking to him on social media, and then we eventually met up.
Yeah.
And Travis and Emma actually, they did my first pop up
was
with me,
awesome.
which was so sick. You
cool.
know, they took me in like family. You know, I offered to pay for like these samples to give out to people so they could try out my spices, and these two were just like, no, it's on us, you know, and like just took me in, treated me like family, and we've been friends ever since. You know, it was like
Entice you to Texas too, even more.
Yeah.
it's the most loving thing, though. You know, and I appreciate you.
That was
all for
Anytime,
doing
man.
that.
Anytime.
We did. What did we do? Brisket with the OG steak. One of my favorites was we did the fried avocado taco
Oh,
with the
yeah.
So
veggie.
good.
That was so good.
because it's got enough spice and kind of salt where it's like
Mhm.
it was just with the creamy avocado.
And those the chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
Yeah.
were insane.
Yeah, those were awesome.
I
We-
need a
we had to
bucket of those
stop-
every
I
night.
know.
We had to stop doing those at the restaurant because chicken wings were over. Like we got up to now we're paying $5. I think this week is $5.10 a pound for brisket, which
Mhm.
is like double what it was a couple.
Oh,
years.
wow.
You know, I mean, it's
Yeah.
skyrocketed. But then even as crazy as that's gotten, then chicken wings went up over what we were paying
Yeah.
for brisket. So
Oh,
Oh,
by the way,
wow.
it's Wednesday right now, but
yeah,
No chicken wings, by the way. I
Wing
haven't
Wednesday
posted
for
that
us.
yet.
Yeah. But we're like, dude, we got to charge $50 for chicken wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully I think somebody said that was with the freeze. A bunch of
yeah.
the chickens died, which
Yeah,
is
it was.
super sad.
Yeah.
I think I could say I don't want to use the P word for poser, but at this point in my life, probably I skated growing up, and then I was heavy into it, and then learned about a little thing called weed, and then then you're like, okay, now I'm just skating to find ways that I can smoke weed, and like, as a kid, so it's just a bunch of deadbeats that were like kind of doing tricks and having fun, but then it was more an avenue just to be bad, and then. Never really got too serious. I was always like I had friends where like we're probably 12 or 13,
Mhm.
and they're like trying to jump 12 stairs. And I'm like,
Oh, damn.
this is like, you're going to break your leg.
Yeah.
I guess I was
Mhm.
always just somewhat cautious when it came to that. And so we had some friends who were good. And then there's like a local skate shop that again is right by the CC's over off Camp Bowie, but kind of by the middle
Should hang
school
out.
that we went to. We seriously would hang out there like all the time. And it was just like probably a front for selling drugs, but they would like sponsor some of the guys, but it was like just give you a blank, like,
Yeah.
just whatever their shop was called. I forget what it was called. And it was only open for like a year, but so then we had friends who were like, oh dude, you're sponsored. But it wasn't like, you're sponsored. It was like they just like gave you a board. It's like
you
a
get that
weird,
shop
like-
sponsor.
Yeah.
That's where you start.
Yeah.
Start
yeah,
at. Yeah.
yeah. And that's so we had some friends that did that, but then I was more into like the punk rock, scene and stuff, and like trying to, act like my life was bad, but really it was, had all the advantages in the world. But
Yes.
and then we went one of the last times we went to California, I bought a skateboard, and you were like, so
I was like,
this
what
is
are
such
you
a stupid
doing?
idea. But I was like, I haven't skated in like 12 years.
Yeah.
Where were we at? Was that when we were with your family?
It was
we
like up by like Morro Bay, like San Luis Obispo.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we were like stayed somewhere up there, and there was like the coolest skate park I'd ever
There's
seen.
a fun park up there.
It was
might
probably
be the same one. It has a big old pool and everything.
Yeah.
And a big loop.
You were like,
I was like,
I'm about to dominate this.
like, I haven't looked at a skateboard in 10 years, but I'm like, I'm going to go, I could probably do some tricks, and so I bought a skateboard, and then we couldn't even go cause we had family shit or something. And so then I had to like carry it back to Fort Worth and skated like 2 times. But then growing up here, there wasn't one skate park here.
There's a bunch now.
Yeah,
And I think
it's
they're going to make
awesome.
one too, like near downtown,
Yeah.
Oh,
which
cool.
would be cool. It's going to be like a plaza.
Yeah. Growing
gonna be
up, it was
awesome.
like, there's that one in Arlington, right? Like that wasn't around. There's one in Kennedale, actually, when we drove out to the Goldies barbecue the other day. And, but it was like an hour drive,
Yeah.
my parents were like, what? This is so stupid.
There's so many around town now, which is like the
Good.
best thing. Because people ask me like, oh, when are you going to build some skate stuff in your yard or at
Yeah.
your house? And it's like, I don't really need to. There's
Yeah.
like 5 parks
There you
5
go.
minutes away from me,
Then you
It's,
don't have to.
yeah,
Maybe we could
Yeah.
do one like Chelsea said in Heim River in the back.
that would be
Yeah.
We could
rad.
have
why not?
an
Yeah.
event.
Yeah. I mean, you had the was it the Death Wish team? Or
Yeah.
They came
They
in
just came out.
not that long ago, and that would have been cool. Do like some
A
sort
little
of
demo thing or
yeah,
something,
that
just a
would've been fun.
hangout.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Now we could-
Jamie's come in a couple times.
Yeah, we got a
Mhm.
follow from
Strong.
Jamie. He was one of my favorites.
Yeah, Mhm.
Yeah. He's a badass.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
The so no, I don't really skate. Nor do
Okay.
you, but, yeah.
No.
I'm more into golf.
I appreciate
now,
it.
I'm like my interest have kind of
Peloton.
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am big on Peloton. I don't know.
That's
if,
awesome.
I've done it, I think 2 or 3 times now. So I need to do it today just because now hanging out with Neen, I feel like I got to work out. The last, well, I guess we have more questions, but going off of that, at TX Sweet Tea, will both of you collaborate again? I think we definitely need to do
That'd be rad.
either another pop-up or a cooking class would be
Yeah.
killer.
I'm super
Yeah,
down.
we can. You can sell your rubs again. Let's do it.
I think because
That'd be
these
sick.
cooking classes, we did them before COVID, and then it was like kind of cool, and then sort of changed how I'm doing them. So now there's like 10 different dishes or whatever that you get, and so then it's like here's the recipe for this
Mhm.
at the end of it. So it's a little cool because it like a little different than 2 before where I'd just be like talking for 3 hours, and I think it was cool for like barbecue nerds, like you would
Mhm.
enjoy it probably,
yeah.
like the ins and outs of it. But then it was just sometimes people are like, I just heard a lecture,
Yeah.
a 3-hour lecture.
It's more interactive
It's a
now.
certain type
Yeah.
of person
More
that likes that.
collaborative.
Yeah.
Like me, I'll be like, I'll soak that in.
Right.
No,
But then you
we-
do like smokehouse tour and all that stuff, and all the food's so good.
Thank you.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
It means a lot coming from you. I joked about that, or Nick said something, our culinary director, the other day, but it's just a running joke. My mom works for us, and she's a great
Mhm.
cook, and my mom helps me with the cooking classes, and so that's been fun, just being able to kind of create menus and stuff and break up the monotony of what we do every day. But Nick made biscuits, I think. We're trying to do homemade biscuits for like breakfast. We're going to add some more breakfast
Oh,
stuff.
wow.
And they were awesome. But he said, Robin, my mom said, they're not bad. And I said, well, that's the nicest thing she could possibly ever say. I was like, I don't think she's ever said anything. My food was good. So
That's awesome.
tough love, but that
Yeah.
gets you
They're
where
not bad.
where you're at. What Master Denning, if I can even read my own writing, how does Neen balance training hard and skating professionally?
So that's like a question I get all the time. It's all just, you have to structure out your days. It's like if you're training to skate,
Mm-hmm.
that means like skating is your priority. So you have to put your priorities ahead of like your training. Because like if you train legs, let's say Wednesday morning, and you want to skate Wednesday afternoon, it's like you're not going to be able to skate because you've already fatigued your legs out by training them too hard, you know? And then also messing with like the volume and the load, you know, it's like you don't need, like I'm not a power lifter, you know, I'm not trying to hit my PR every single time I get out there. It's like I know how to create a stimulus with like a certain amount of weight, and I stay at that weight, you know, and I like do what I need to do to get my benefits and get out and still be able to do other stuff later on.
Right.
So it's about like
Makes sense.
strategically setting it up. So like most times I go, like if I'm going to skate today, I'll go skate first.
Yeah.
And then whenever I get home, I'll make like some food, some dinner, whatever. And then I'll work out at night, you know, like 10, 11 p.m. I'll work out and get done at like midnight, you know? And that's just kind of like how I set it up, because I could always train after a hard day of skating, but I can't train and then have a hard day of skating.
Right.
You know? So
Right.
it's like, you got to just like figure out your body and what works for your body, and then work on that, you know, and build your workouts to be like correct with volume and strain, you know.
Right. Can't overdo it either way.
You can't overdo it. You got to know your body, and you know, like train appropriately, you know.
And that's a
That's a
balance
good
too,
question.
just with like normal professional life, or if you have kids or stuff, like how do you do that?
Yeah, you just figure out what time it works, you know, like, oh, I gotta take the kid to school at this time, like I have this 20 minutes, like what's the most efficient workout I can do right now that's going to be effective, you know.
Sounds like my life every day. Maneuvering when I can do it.
When you have a 6-month-old, you don't seem to lack motivation with anything.
No.
But is there ever a time where you're kind of like, oh man, I don't know? Because I guess too, for me, like I'll be like, oh man, the Peloton's unplugged. It's going to take like 30 seconds to, you know, I'd just do it tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. I mean, I don't want to work out. I just work out because I have to work out, you know, like it's like no one wants to lift heavy things and like put yourself through strain, but it's like we do it because we have to do it or we need it, you know, because I know 9 times out of 10 after I'm done working out, I'm going to feel great. And like, I'm going to have like that endorphin rush and like, I'm going to help prevent myself from injuries and stuff like that. So it's like, it's something that I have to do, especially at this age too, 35, 2 ACL surgeries, blah, 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 back, this, that, the other, every single bone. And like, it's like, I have to do this to be able to stay on my board and to be able to skate at like a progressive level, you know?
Yeah. No, that's like how it is with any, I would say, sports too. But then also just like life, like I throw out my shoulder like all the time just because of like life. And I'm like, man,
for sure.
just living life. Yeah.
Throwing our child around.
Yeah.
It is, I'd
You have to
literally
protect your body.
almost pulled my hamstring just like trying to get her in and out of the bath, you know?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. And that's, I think too, like this is maybe just, I don't know, but I don't think nothing helps you or makes you realize your mortality like having a child.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like
That's
for
coming
me,
soon.
Totally do it.
That's coming soon for us.
it's like the thing of like, you know, cause then we were watching, you know, it's like, this is just how it is when you're just loser parents, but we were watching TV or something. It was like a movie where like a dad walked the daughter down the aisle and like you started crying and I was just like, oh my God, it's like, this is going to be us in like no time, you know? So
Yes.
I feel, you know, a lot of people follow my Peloton journey. We've talked about that. But I feel the need to even just for myself, like be more active and stuff. Cause you're like, I want to live
For
a
her,
long
for your
life,
kids. Yeah.
And, you know, I've had
Exactly.
family members that like, you know, I don't care what anyone does, you know, besides, but like we've had family members who smoke cigarettes and stuff and then, you know, passed away early, and it's kind of just a depressing thing. And so I don't know if I ever really was as, you know, mindful of that until recently, where you're like, I gotta get it together a little
Yeah.
bit. Just
Mhm.
like, and then when we were, working in the food truck and both of us working 100 hours a week and sweating and everything, we were pretty fit. And then,
Yeah.
then it's like now, like,
Lifting
you're
50-pound bags of beans.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
cases
a
of
workout in
brisket.
itself. Yeah,
yeah, our friend,
those briskets are heavy.
Yeah.
dude, our I call him a friend. He's works for us, but Tex, he said he lost 40 pounds, I think, his first summer in the smokehouse. 'Cause
Damn.
it's
Oh, yeah, out back there.
130 degrees, It's
Uh-huh.
like all
Pull
day.
a couple shifts.
So yeah, that's when maybe we'll start a weight loss deal. Like just come work in the smokehouse and throw like
Right.
meat cases around, and I don't know.
It'll
maybe
be like
work out.
a gym class,
Yeah.
basically. All right,
Yeah.
people, sign up.
That's what-
Who wants to
okay.
jump in?
So now we're talking entrepreneurs, hot yoga class.
in
In
the
the
smokehouse.
smokehouse. That's a workout.
Or a Neen kettlebell class.
Oh
in the
my
smokehouse. People would die. It would just be
People would
terrible.
die.
Do 1,000 kettlebell swings in the
Oh
smokehouse.
gosh.
Have you seen? Do you follow Action Bronson?
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you seen his stuff? He's
He's been
lost
He
like
looks
crushing it.
great.
200 pounds or something.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so good
crazy.
to see.
Mhm.
Yeah, I follow his stuff too, which I don't know. He's it seems like he's working out like 10 hours a day. He's
Yeah,
just a
it's-
monster, but
Definitely like motivating and
yeah.
Yeah, because he looks totally different.
inspiring. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Very cool. Do you have anything else for
No.
Neen?
I think that's
I want
it.
to plug everything just so we have it. So at Neen Williams, NEEN Williams, at NADC official, which is the rubs, all the stuff. You got the YouTube going, NeenWilliamsCo.com. That's where you can buy rubs, merch,
Mhm.
other stuff. And then I said training day. I want it just to be clear because it's your buddy Rain. So his name,
Yeah.
TREIGN, training day.
Mm-hmm.
You can get the Ladder Teams app, do that, follow all that stuff.
Yep.
Little Sparks Jess cookies.
Yeah. Low Sparks cookies.
You like a NASCAR. You're like got 50 different things. I'm like, what did I forget?
NASCAR.
What did all the sponsors. It's awesome, man. It's
Thank
cool. I mean, it's cool to see your journey. And then, just since we become friends and, it's awesome. Like that's a part of why we did this podcast is like, we have the restaurants and all that, but you're kind of like, okay, well, what's another avenue where we can be creative? We can talk to our friends, do like stuff. And, it's cool to see, how you're marketing, doing this other stuff. And, it's funny, like maybe there's not a ton of comparisons, but like skateboarding, there's not a lot of like 50-year-old skateboarders,
Mhm.
like for us, there's not a lot of like restaurants older than 5 years or 10 years,
Mhm.
And so it's like, the reality is like, everything's great, but eventually somebody may be like, I don't really like brisket anymore. And then you're like, okay, now we're doing something else. So I think it's cool to see, how we're doing different stuff and it's
Yeah.
awesome. But does that make any sense or am I
It
just
does.
saying, like,
Yeah.
okay.
You have a bunch of different avenues,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and
Right.
it's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
And like whatever it is your profession is, it's smart to have like eggs in other baskets
Yeah.
and other interests, and it's totally cool to do that.
Yeah.
I'm down.
And
And
smart.
And smart.
The rubs are awesome. I mean, I
Thank
can't say
you.
enough. Like I'm not just saying that because you're here. We use them all the time and,
Yeah.
and really
Thank
enjoy
you.
them. So we'll do a collab. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
later. We'll figure something
Let's
out
do
to,
this.
to get it back on. But awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I never know how to end it.